Today we paint the Deathleaper for my Warhammer 40k Tyranid army, and while we're at it, let's talk hobby and real life balance. Welcome, my name is Hubert, and today I need to bring my Deathleaper to life. Well, actually, this whole process is more about giving this pufferfish a home. You've seen my favorite pufferfish in all my videos, and when testing the Green Stuff World epoxy resin kit, I had the pleasant surprise to find a resin sprue full of sea wildlife. So if you want to see what started as a simple and easygoing painting session turn into cold-infused rage, you are at the right place. So sit back, relax, and let's see how it goes. Let's start by assembling what's in the box while having a little chat about the Deathleaper's lore. It's important because it will justify what I'm about to do for his base. Let's just say the Deathleaper is the ultimate Tyranid weapon of terror. Example:
while the High Fleet Leviathan was approaching the world St. Castellan, the Deathleaper infiltrated the Cardinal's cathedral bunker and slaughtered his advisors right in front of him, leaving the Cardinal unharmed but drenched in the blood and viscera of his aides. The Deathleaper repeated his process for 10 days, each time bypassing the ever-increasing security around the Cardinal, coming within killing distance of the Cardinal, but always retreating before harming him. This led to the Cardinal becoming paranoid and eventually losing his sanity, and did more to break the morale of St. Castellan than simply executing their spiritual leader would have.
And like many assassins, it knows how to use its environment. He's basically the Jean Reno's Léon of Warhammer 40k.
I'll call you back.
So we're going to build him a nice base, while the Deathleaper will have a very muted paint job to reflect how he can blend in the shadows. I'll just use some cork, resin bits and epoxy resin to achieve an idea I've had in mind for a while. Remember this? Well, today we're going to use what we learned while testing this technique. The goal today is to elevate the base enough to give our little pufferfish some room to swim. And I don't really care if this model goes too high. He has the infantry keyword, so he'll still be able to go wherever I want. By the way, how do you guys use the Deathleaper in your 40k games? His kit seems perfect to ambush a leader unit near an objective.
Et hop, pas de combat, pas de blessure. C'est tout.
Ouais, c'est un combat, mais...
Psychologique?
Non, qui se passe dans la tête.
Ouais, je vois ce qu'il veut dire.
Psychologique?
Non, psychologique, c'est tout ce qu'il y a à la campagne, non?
À la campagne?
Ouais, les céréales, les machins.
Agricole?
Ah ouais, agricole.
Ouais, du coup, c'est pas ça.
And his aura fun to have, but to me I think he's stronger with another threat nearby because of his fight first ability and decent tankiness. Offering your opponents tough choices is often a good idea. I love the model and I'm eager to try him on the battlefield. Now, let's talk about the main subject of this video: managing real life and time to play and paint with our little soldiers. My schedule changed recently and I'm no longer able to advance on my projects for a whole day at a time. My hobby time is after work, during the week, and during weekends, when they are free. Bon, ça va, tes amis, on les voit assez souvent, non? So to give you an idea, I started this project not last weekend but the one before that, and advanced each new coat every day of the week, to finally finish this last Sunday. And you might think that's slow, and in my defense, it's been very hot this week where I live, and it's been hard staying in my little workshop, but it's fine because most of the time spent on this project was in fact drying and curing time. So this is a perfect opportunity to show you how to get good results using what seem to be complicated techniques and tools while working on a full-time shift. We will paint the Deathleaper first, then focus on the base, and finish with me trying to put everything together. So, paint job could not be easier on this one. Just black primer, ivory on all the skin, repaint the scales with black, then Chaos Dirt enamel from AK Interactive, on then off, then finish with white and Kroxigor scales for the eyes, and yes, I use an airbrush, and yes, I use enamels, and no, it's not that complicated. See for yourself.
Obey, you muling sacks of inefficient biomass. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, or be cataloged as malfunctioning servitors unfit for even corpse starch. Your refusal brands you scrap, flesh, destined for the furnaces of Mars.
Just like the Tau memes, there seems to be some general hate towards airbrushes when it comes to Warhammer. Some love it like me, some hate it. And if you're concerned, please tell me why. I don't get it. I'll have to talk about it sooner or later. We still have a few things to do on the model itself, but for now, let's focus on the base. Same here, nothing fancy, just brown, grey and bronze for the platform, with a touch of gunmetal here and there, ivory again for the scores, a quick Agrax shade, then dry brush the same color everywhere to bring out my details and ground texture. Again, nothing complicated, and if you are struggling with this kind of stuff, feel free to hop on Discord to ask for help. I have asked you guys how you usually spend your time on this hobby, and the results didn't really surprise me. You're all very mature, for the most part, and it seems the majority here just respects this hobby for what it is, a hobby. Just do it when you feel like it. And at first I was afraid of doing videos about it, because now I almost never paint without recording. I was afraid of it becoming a chore, and me losing interest because of deadlines. But you might know how it feels. It seems impossible because there is so much I want to do here. And not just 40k, but we will see about that later. Same goes for tabletop aspects. I mean, just look at what just happened in Austria, with French team winning the WTC twice in a row. I just realized how much time and dedication it takes, and I cannot imagine doing it myself. I mean, all the training to get to that level, it's intimidating.
Putain, regardez la salle applaudit l'équipe de France, les gars. La salle applaudit l'équipe de France, les gars. C'est un truc de ouf. Ils viennent me salir. Ils viennent me salir. Yes, vous l'avez fait, les gars. Vous l'avez fait, les gars.
Even at my scale, I can't go to my wargame club anymore because they play late on Mondays, and I have to wake up really early in the morning. I have to find other ways to play regularly because I love the game, but accumulating painting time, work and editing, writing and recording these videos, yeah, maybe this is just me getting a reality check. What about you guys? I know there are fathers and mothers among you, working class. How do you find the time? I'm not asking if it's hard once you get at your desk, because this hobby can lock you in very easily, but just how do you find the time to experience every aspect of this hobby? I used to silently judge the players with unpainted armies, but when you take a step back, you realize you're only hurting yourself, while this hobby should just be pure joy, don't you think? Speaking about joy, I think it's time to add some water to this base. This time I came prepared. Aha! I'm not afraid anymore, I'm a big boy, big man with a big brain! I have some plastic sheets that will be perfect to use as a mold. Just need to cut one, glue it together and seal it. And what you're seeing right now is a mistake. Don't do it like this. You will see why very soon. PVA is still perfect in my opinion. It seals properly and it comes off really fast. But there is a but. The dried PVA glue cannot be in full contact of the epoxy resin. You will see. Once mostly dry, time to prepare the epoxy resin. Just like during training, 1 serving of compound B, twice the amount of part A, a few drops of green dye, and stir very gently to avoid air bubbles. For the small water stream dropping from the pipe, I dip some cotton stripped from a Q-tip and it does the job. Again, I'm keeping things simple and quick here, but I could spend more time on this by adding some splash and ripple effects. I let it cure overnight, and this time the seal worked, and I'm surprised at how easy it was to remove my mold. I think I got the perfect walkthrough, at least for me, but now you can see what I was talking about earlier. The PVA that dried between the base and the mold came off instantly, but the one that was stuck between the resin and the mold formed an opaque layer. And I spent 2 hours fixing it by sanding, experimenting stupid tools, and sanding more and more efficiently, and finally adding a coat of gloss varnish.
The resin looks cloudy because light scatters on its rough surface. The gloss varnish smooths it, so photons pass cleanly and it appears clear.
Interesting. But now here is something not cool. Before adding a few more effects on the Deathleaper, it was time to glue him on the base.
Was alles soll ich von diesen Jugendschweinen noch ertragen?
Thank God I had super glue activator this time, or I would have gone completely mad. Who designed it like this? This big model only has 2 very small contact points with the base, and they thought it was okay? Really? I'm cool. Let's stay cool. Relax. Let me just finish my Deathleaper with some drool and gore effects with glue, red contrast paint and gloss varnish. This time it went smoothly because the anchor points for my drool were pointy and hooky. It's all coming together. It only took a week, and frankly, I know I'm used to it, but do you guys find anything complicated here? I mean, take a look at the enamels. It's just a wash with an extra step that smells. Yes, you have to account for drying and curing, but there is no technique to it, and it's fun. So why isn't it more popular? I don't know, to be honest, and I love my way of doing Tyranids, and it's simple enough for me to do after getting home from work. So why don't we take a look at my finished Deathleaper? Or maybe should I say my pufferfish, proud mascot of the channel, sitting in its natural habitat? One more Tyranid character done, and it's exactly how I imagined. Just when I saw the model on his base, on the box, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with him. It's not much, but it led to me learning how to use epoxy and get better at finding solutions for problems I encountered on the way. And Mr. Pufferfish now has a home and a place in my army. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was more of a test for me. I needed to measure how I would manage my time between work, painting and making videos. And I think one upload every 2 weeks will work for me, and I hope it does for you too. I know I have it easy for now. I mean, no responsibilities, no kids. But I know some of you out there have it harder. So if you have tips on this matter, feel free to share. As for me, I'll get back to my magma bases, and I'll see you very soon for some more Warhammer stuff. So until next time, happy painting!